All right, now let me introduce you SQL map, which is by all accounts the most comprehensive SQL injection automated scanner, right? So it does a lot of things that you will never do manually, okay? And that is just a Python script, in fact. Yeah, so it has some hints on how to use it right here. Yeah, we are missing, of course, some options that are mandatory. So let's go through the help message first of all. So in order to use that, we need to provide URL. Okay, actually we don't. We don't have to do it all the time. We either provide URL and then do all this configuring in the command line, or we can just grab a request with all its headers from the network traffic, right, and then save that request to a file and then use -r -r is that here? Not exactly, so maybe it's available in the more detailed help article. Of course it is. It should be. Come on, it's not there. This is funny, but anyway, oh yeah, here it is in the beginning. So you either provide the URL and then do all that parameter choices and the data provided to them and so on, or, and this is the more convenient thing to do, you can save that to a request file and then just feed it to SQL map and it will do everything else automatically, right? So this is a more least obvious option that is really new to some, you know. Of course you can choose verbosity level. You can do that in case you are running a really sophisticated attacks. However, by default at level 1 it's quite descriptive, okay? So what can you do with requests? Of course you can provide data to be sent as a post message, okay, after the URL and all the headers are sent, you can put something there as well, which is completely irrelevant when you are using -r. Okay, we can set a cookie, of course. You can randomize agents if you think that that's what the filtering application does is based upon. We can provide a proxy and you can just put this nice little option here and it will torify everything. Okay, Tor of course should be already installed on your machine. Then you can specify a test parameter to use. Okay, so you can either list them or not put it at all in the command line, and it will interactively ask you, SQL map will ask you while it processes your task what parameters to go through, yeah, where to dig deeper. You can specify DBMS if you have an idea about what's going on the server side. This will save you a lot of time, because a lot of checks SQL map does are DBMS based, right? And what works for MS SQL can be totally relevant for Postgres or MySQL. Okay, this is level and risk. Please be really warned. Yeah, so proceed with caution. Increasing the level of tests will increase the amount of time you spend on runs of SQL map tremendously. Okay, and increasing the risk, yeah, will may result in some operational incidents on the server side. Okay, so you can leave that by default. You can increase level if you see that there are hints that are showing that injection is there, but SQL map is stuck at some point and cannot find it for you or exploit it for you, which happens too. You of course can increase the level. Choosing techniques, you can list them, you can see them in the help, but by default everything works smoothly, and I really rarely change that option while I run it. Okay, for enumeration, so once you have exploited, one SQL map have successfully exploited an SQLi, you can do different things. So if you want to retrieve everything, yeah, put -a and in the command line, and everything will be there and saved to files. If you only want to grab banners, there are options like that. You can get different data, you can just list tables or columns or retrieve schema, or you can dump a specific database or dump everything you can reach. Okay, of course there are these really nice things, yeah, so you can instruct SQL map to try to get out of the DBMS and get you operating system shell, right? And also PWN, yeah, OS owner is yeah, is really nasty, so it will try to smuggle something stronger there, not just give you a command line, but get you a VNC or meterpreter access. So if you run as batch, which is preferable when you are running a lot of SQL map scripts simultaneously, it won't ask you for anything. So normally it's really interactive, and it saves history too. Yeah, so it's basing its behavior on previous runs against the same server or the same URL or the same saved request. So all the data is accounted for, and if you want that to be done automatically without asking you anything on the console, you just use that batch option. If you want to start from scratch every time, you can just put flush session into the command line, and it will not repeat. It will repeat all the steps it has previously done and saved into some history files. SQL map shell sometimes is convenient when you want to get a shell at the database management system. And wizard, when run in wizard mode, it will just collect all the input data from you interactively before starting to do anything. So this was a slight brief introduction, and now we will try to use SQL map against a task on Mutiliday.